What if everything you desire is already yours right now? But the only reason you don't see it is because you're trying too hard. Sounds absurd. What if it's the effort, the hustle, the panic, and the constant urge to do that's actually pushing your desires away? What if the key is the opposite, in stillness? In doing nothing? In silence? Neville Goddard said, to receive everything, you don't need to do anything. And he didn't mean laziness, he meant something far more powerful. People didn't believe him. After all, our entire society is built on effort. Work hard. Push. Struggle. Don't stop. From childhood, we are told if you want something valuable, you have to suffer for it. But Neville said something different. He said everything is created within. Everything is a state, not an action. What does that mean? Imagine you're sitting by the window, watching the rain. You don't need anything. No anxiety. No lack. Just you and the moment. Now imagine that in this moment, you feel wealthy. Not because the money came, but because you've stopped waiting. You're simply calm. Deep down, you know that everything you desire is unfolding. And in that state, you become magnetic. Quietly. Effortlessly. You allow. This is what Neville called a state. Not an emotion. Not a thought. A deep, inner self-perception. He said, everything you see in the outer world is just a reflection of your inner state. You can run around endlessly, try harder, change tactics, hustle, beg, force, and still nothing will shift if you're stuck in a state of need. Of waiting. Of not having. But you can also do nothing. Yet be in the right state, and everything will begin to change on its own. One of his students shared how, after losing his job, he didn't go looking for another one. He simply sat in a chair, closed his eyes, and imagined himself as someone who wasn't searching anymore. He imagined waking up in the morning with joy, not anxiety. He felt needed. Confident. Fulfilled. Not just thinking it, living it, inside. Within days, a friend called, completely unaware of the situation, and offered him a position better than the last. No resume. No effort. No struggle. Neville explained, we create reality not through doing, but through assuming. Through inner shifts. You are not the one who needs to act to receive. You are the one who needs to accept that it's already done. To feel it and live from it. Want love? Don't chase it. Feel loved. Imagine someone holding you. Whispering, I love you. Imagine knowing you're not alone. Want money? Don't run after it. Feel the freedom. The space. The ease. Not the bills in your hand, but the peace that comes when you don't have to count every dollar. That's the state. And only from that state does true change unfold. But why is it so hard not to act? Because the mind is afraid. It wants control. It doesn't believe receiving is that simple. It demands proof. Logic. Evidence. It wants to see results before it trusts. But the universe, according to Neville, works in reverse. First faith. Then manifestation. And here's where the inner conflict arises. Because everything we were taught contradicts this. And you'll feel the pull to act again, to panic, to check, to rush. But if you hold your peace, only then will the real miracle happen. Quietly. Naturally. As if it was always meant to be. This isn't magic. It's law. The law of correspondence. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. Not on paper. But inside. And if inside, you're already the person who is everything, the outside will have no choice but to reflect that. One man shared how he spent years trying to sell his house. Nothing worked. He changed agents. Lowered the price. Renovated. Still nothing. Then he remembered Neville's technique. He sat quietly, closed his eyes, and imagined calling a friend and saying, "It's sold." It went perfectly. He imagined the tone, the joy, the relief. He felt it fully, then let go. Didn't control. Didn't chase. Within 3 days, the house was sold, unexpectedly, at the original asking price. What did he do? He did nothing. He was in the right state and allowed everything else to come. That's the real secret. True power lies not in doing, but in clarity, in inner alignment, in the ability to release, not as in giving up, but in trusting, handing over control to a deeper knowing that everything is already yours. You don't create reality by force. You allow it. And to allow, you need stillness. To be in that stillness. Not just for an hour. Not just tonight. But to live there. Every day. Even when nothing on the outside has changed yet. Stillness is not the absence of action. It's the absence of resistance. It's a choice. To already be where you want to go. Right now. Neville said, imagine the end. Not the path. Not the steps. Just the result. Feel it. Make it your only real moment. And trust. Everything else will come on its own. Have you noticed that the best moments in life often come when you stop pushing? Not when you're forcing. But when you let go. When you surrender. That's not a coincidence. It's a pattern. Want to change your life? Don't start by doing. Start with silence. Close your eyes. See yourself already in the new place. Notice how your body responds. Your breath. Your posture. The sense of time. Taste. Sound. And stay there. Even if your mind whispers it's not real. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just know. That's faith. The world will try to test you. Through doubt. Delays. External pressure. But if you don't leave your state, it will break first. It has no choice. Because you are the source. Not the effect. Not the victim. The creator. You are already who you want to be. In this moment. Just decide. And live from it. This is where real peace begins. Not from outer stability. But from inner knowing. Doing nothing doesn't mean being passive. It means acting from calm. Not fear. From abundance. Not lack. You're capable of more than you think. And you're receiving less than you could only because you're trying too hard. Stop. Breathe. Allow. All your desires are already behind the door. But that door doesn't open with force. It opens with peace. Remember, you're already home. Already loved. Already worthy. Already alive. Just be. And everything will change. Subscribe if something inside you just nodded.